Welcome back to eBEFOREi Video Reviews. Today I'm taking a look at a brand new Doctor Who Wave 2 of the Dalek. And I'll tell you, that's a really weird word to say for an American, because British people, you know, they say their A's almost with an R. So for the longest time, as a kid, I thought that this was a Dalek. You know what I mean? Like Dalek. But as an American, I was completely wrong, and it's Dalek. That's weird. It just sounds weird. Anyway, so we're reviewing this new figure. This is just really a repaint of some things that you've already seen, but we'll take a real close look. You can see on the box that this is Wave 2 with an exclamation point because they want you to get fired up, apparently. It's from the BBC, ages 5+, exterminate, in case you didn't know that this was trying to kill you. He comes with speech and sound effects, and there's a little asterisk that says Special Weapons Dalek features sound effects only, so no voice on the Special Weapons version. This one features 70s and 80s eras speech and sound effects. Kind of neat. A Try Me, which now is just a hole in the box. This is part of the sound effects Dalek, Genesis of the Daleks in 1975 from that particular episode. U.S. release, this is a product of Underground Toys. I don't know that you have that on this release from overseas. Interesting thing, since this is a sound effects Dalek, that this has like a little cutout on the bottom for the speaker, because there's the speaker on the bottom of the figure, so that if you're in the store and you happen to see this and you push the button, it's not going to be muffled by plastic. On the back of the box, you've got sound effects and speech by Error, which we read. Collect them all, because they want your money. And here you've got the Special Weapons Dalek that doesn't speak, the Gar Dalek from The Chase, 1965, the one from the Dead Planet, 1963, and Genesis of the Daleks, 1975, which is the one we'll be looking at today. There's also a really neat little bit on the history of these figures, and I'm going to get up close. And if you choose to pause this video, then please do so, but don't forget to come back. This toy requires three 1.5 volt batteries. It's the little tiny roundy ones, but this figure comes with them pre-packaged. They call them demonstration batteries because they don't want you to be mad if you open this up and it's dead. Mine works just fine, and hopefully yours will too. Let's take a look at the figure itself. So here's the figure, and it looks really, really nice. You know, if you're into this sort of thing, if you've never seen one of these before and you're watching this review, you're probably going, what in the heck is that? But this is a good representation of a 1970s era Dalek. As you can see, it looks like it was put together with some old materials sitting around the BBC TV studios. And that's probably the way this guy looked up close. This is all plastic, so there's no metal bits or die cast, but it feels fairly sturdy in your hands, so overall it looks real nice. Let's take a closer look at the paint. So here's the paint, and you can see the way that looks on the grill. I mean, it's just nice. You know, it's painted silver. You've got some what look like warped bit of metal, but that's just the way that the toy was meant to look. Like this thing was, you know, put together by stage prop people. So all the way around, you see this thing is painted kind of nice. You have that same kind of textured look in between there, so all in all, it looks really fantastic. As for other paint, you've got silver here on this weapon. You've got silver on that, black plastic there. On the top, you've got this real nice blue going around the top laser bit there. The little Dalek ears, and you would expect to see those light up, but sadly, there's no lights on this figure. And all the little orbs or the eggs or, you know, the little bits and pieces right here that are very symbolic of this very classic figure. On the bottom of it, you've got wheels that spin around, at least in the front. So if you're, you know, maneuvering this guy around, you could turn these, or as you're actually pushing him, you can, in theory, give this a turn and the wheel will spin around. Mine sticks a bit, so you almost need to turn it ahead of time if you want to get any type of rotation from it. And the back wheels, there's no motor or anything like that. The batteries are only here for one reason only, and that's to make this guy say sounds. There's one button, there's one of these little orbs that you press that make this guy talk, and we're going to do that right now.
Seek, locate, exterminate.
Wonderful. Let's do it again.
I obey.
Yes, you do.
Emergency alert, alert.
Yes, it is.
That's you.
Pursue.
You are an enemy of the Daleks.
There's a lot of voices here.
Exterminate. Maximum power.
Is that-
Fire.
There's a ton of voices here.
Daleks are the supreme beings in the universe.
Nice, that's what you've told me before.
Seek, locate, exterminate.
All right, so you get the idea. There's lots of different phrases here. And now if you double press,
Exterminate.
so you get the full little exterminate sound effects, like he just blew a hole in your face. So there's that. Now, interesting bit about what moves on this figure, articulation. You do have the top of the head that rotates around. So that gets a 360 all the way around if you choose to do so. This piece right here lifts up and down. Now this is a soft kind of rubbery plastic. This would be prone to break in my opinion. So if you give this to a small child, don't be upset if this thing ends up breaking off. The two weapons in front are on ball joints, so you have some movement there. Just kind of neat, so you can pose it up. Again, nothing's motorized on this figure. All you get are the voices, and the only thing that I would have thought maybe would have rounded this figure out perfect would have been if these lit up when he spoke. But other than that, I really can't complain whatsoever. Some quick size comparison to some other figures. These are the figurine collection. This is the kind of resin statue. You can see he towers over that, but this is meant for mainly just display. This other one over here is part of the 4-inch figure collection, and you can see how much smaller he is. So this is really meant for the taller, the 5 or 6-inch doctors, and it scales quite well with them. So that's my review of the 1975 Genesis of the Daleks Dalek. Do I recommend it? Indeed, I do. Thank you for watching eBEFOREi video reviews. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you'd like to support my channel, you can do so by sending me an envelope full of cash. Or, cheaper for you, you can simply subscribe to my channel by clicking subscribe on YouTube. My YouTube page is youtube.com/eBEFOREiNet, and tell your friends about me. And tell them to send cash or subscribe. You can follow me on Facebook on facebook.com/eBEFOREi, and I'm on Twitter @eBEFOREiNet. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you again real soon.
I obey.
eBEFOREi. Okay. See ya.